Get a grip on your bad self, learn to love the game. Get on down to the roulette wheel and pray that the end comes and wheels will win its way. The hotel's not a lie, and the mystery's not the why. Oh no, silk is not the crime. No, it's the love, and it's the love.
Hello. Welcome to our Everything Fly Fishing live stream. If you're here and you're watching this, I love comments. Hey, Dave, what's up? Tell me, is it laggy? Does it look okay? Just tell me if it looks all right. And then we'll start talking. We have a lot to cover, so you look. Yeah, that's a big list of stuff there. A lot of stuff to cover. So, looks good. All right. Okay, some announcements we have about our channel. As you all know, 1,000 subs. We have a big giveaway coming on 1,000 subs, so make sure you tell all your friends about it, our channel, because we're giving away t-shirts, all kinds of cool stuff. I don't know what all I'm going to throw in, so I'm not going to tell you. You're just going to have to win it and comment after we get to 1,000 and find out when it gets to your house. Well, what I'm going to throw in there. And we still got to use our Patreon. We'll soon be off for the winter season, and then we'll be figuring out Patreon a lot more. It's quite an interesting platform to figure out, and they're updating it constantly, and it's getting better, so you have to go check that out. It's Patreon. Go check out the packages and stuff. And I think that's all of that bull malarkey, basically. And we're going to talk about last video. I know most of you guys probably watched the last video. What happened in that video? I don't know. A lot of, sorry about the audio. See, I want to put more of stories in my videos for you guys, so it tells you what was happening on the water and maybe a little information that you go to the water and something like that's happening to you. You might have an idea. Well, kind of teach you some stuff, you know, in our videos too. And when I do a tying video, I don't have to adjust volumes. I just shoot it. And it's pretty. But when you're using music and all different platforms and a fishing video, you have to set, and I kind of got volumes messed up. But we'll get better at it as we keep doing this. It'll soon be the new year. And for next year's videos, we decided we were probably going to upgrade our cameras to thinking about buying a really nice $1,000 camera, which will make our video qualities like extremely awesome. So that'd be cool. And then we'll start doing more instruction videos when our camera quality goes up and you can see better, you know. We use a lot of GoPros and phones now. That's about how we shoot most of our videos. And so I got a lot of stuff here to talk about. Oh, I wanted to tell you another thing before we actually talk fishing is, man, in the bottom of all my videos, probably in the bottom of this if you're watching the replay, or I don't know if you can see that right now or whatever, but you could send us an email or something, tell us where you live. And next year we want to get out to your creeks and visit fans and all the people that make comments on our channel, and kind of go visit you. Maybe you could take us to your favorite creek and we could check out new waters and we could film it, and that'll get us new waters for our videos. You know, that'd be pretty neat. And you get to be on our videos if you want. If you don't, like, I've ran into a lot of people that don't want to be on the video. You just, you know, We would just put a thing that says we were fishing with you and you don't have to be on the video. Whatever, you could drop us an email or our address is there, so send a letter or an email. What's up? Okay. I think we're still doing alright on the quality of the video yet. Alright. And then another thing is we wanted to talk about is why we do videos for all you new people or people watching this or you just subscribed. I just wanted to do videos because when I was a kid at the age of 13, I'm 48 now, I'll be 49 next month. I learned how to tie from free classes at our courthouse. And I always thought that would be really thankful to them people, you know, anybody that tied in Union County Courthouse in Lewisburg, PA. If you're watching this, you get a hold of me, man. I'd like to thank you, but I learned all that for free. I didn't have to pay for classes. And so I always thought, man, it'd be nice to bring some of that information to some platform that was free, and then I discovered YouTube. No, Ben, nice. I like it. Somebody's asking me a question. Ben, he says he's a new subscriber. Have you done Steelhead video? No, we haven't, but we are next year. So probably next November, I think it's November, I'll have to get a hold of a bunch of you subscribers who live in Erie or somewhere in New York that the Steelhead runs are, and we will have to get a hold of you. I have to get a hold of you and see what flies you guys do, Steelhead, because we have to drive probably, I think it's, what was it, 3 or 4 hours drive to go up to Lake Erie here to fish Steelhead. So we are definitely, me and Tracy are going up. We got her in weight 8 and me in weight 8. And we need to get some reels and all that. And next year, guaranteed, we will be going steelhead fishing. Just like we'll be doing more bass fishing this year than we did next year than we did last year. I bet it is worth the trip. I hook in one of these big browns like in my last video, and they fight, and they go zzz, and the line goes out, and it's so exciting. I couldn't even imagine what it's like to catch steelhead, big old fish like that. But we're going to find out. And yes, we will bring in you 5 weight. I always thought you'd have to at least use like an 8. I have a weight 8. I think it's 10 or is 11. How might be 12 with a fighting butt. I was going to use that. It's kind of what I use if I think I'm going to catch in a big bass. If I'm fishing creek bass, I kind of like to use a weight 4. Ben, I like to fight the little smallmouth put on a weight 4. And I mean, my weight 4 can handle pretty much most smallmouths, but I don't want to push it. I've had it for a long time. Use a 6 weight. Now, Ben uses saying he uses a 5 weight and his wife uses a 6 weight. Did you ever swap back and forth between her rod and your rod? I mean, do you really like the 5 weight, or why did you get her a 6 weight and you have a 5 weight? 5X and 6X tippet. Holy crap. I fish for them big brownies you see me catching. I go no lower than 4X for trout. I don't use much smaller unless I'm like it's winter and I'm using a really small fly. I keep my tippets to 4. I like the 8-pound and the 7-pound break strength. If you I don't know if you guys watched my old video, but I lost a giant golden rainbow that was stocked by the state here in PA, and that was on 3 weight, and that was 8.9, and it broke me off, and that was just a stock trout. So when I go out for big trout like you see in Pine Creek in this area, I like to have some beef to them so I can reel them in. Oh, Ben says, I started with an 8 weight. It's overkill. So maybe since I didn't spend much money on her weight 8, sorry. Maybe I'll have to get her a weight 6. I want to buy her better before we go salmon fishing. Maybe I'll have to get her a weight 6 or 5 weight. Keep the weight 8 for muskie and pike and stuff like that on our river. Big old freaking pike flies. Okay, so some of the things I wanted to talk about is leeches. You've seen my egg sucking leech pattern. A lot of your leeches will come in and they will steal the brown trout eggs, and these brown trout get mad at them, and they'll pound them just to keep them away from their eggs. So it's a good pattern in the fall to use as the brown trout spawn, and the rainbows will often follow them brown trout up the creek at this time. So if you're tackling rainbows, egg patterns will work. I know a lot of guys, instead of using egg sucking leeches, they will use it, or they'll do an egg sucking leech with an egg stringing behind it as a dropper off of it, or they'll do it off of a nymph. It's just an egg pattern, and so often the rainbows will hit them because they're eating the brown trout eggs. So there's a couple ideas of flies to use around this time of the. Hey Brian, how's it going, bud? Oh, and there's Dave. He says he uses a 4-weight. Is that for salmon, Dave? You said you use a 4-weight. Because I could also use, what, in our areas, in my area here, sorry, I'm going to have a cigarette. I smoke, bad habit, but anyway, still do it. And in my area here, we have very long creeks. So, and it definitely helped me. I got a more action rod, longer rod. My weight 4 for white deer, the small creek, is I think 9 foot. Now my rust cat 4-piece that I had made, because I wanted a weight 4, and I could only, close again, it was a weight 5. But it's you see in a lot of my videos, that was a custom made by my cousin from Rust Cat Rods, and he made it for me because I wanted to cast teeny flies and get them all the way across the creek. So I wanted to use weight 3 and 4 weight line, but still be able to get them across big rivers or big creeks. So I custom built that rod. But like I said, it's only a weight 5, so I could use that for salmon fishing because it has a fighting butt to it too. And just buy her weight 6 and save the weight 8s for the huge humongous fish, I guess. So thank you for that information. I'll have to look into that. And you know, you guys leave comments if you're watching this on the replay and you do a lot of steelhead and salmon fishing and stuff. What weight rods do you use? Is my weight overkill? And all that kind of stuff. So thank you for that information. See, I'm going to rely on you guys help our channel grow by asking me questions. And as I'm researching to bring you information on videos like this, I learn more, my knowledge goes up, and I can bring you more knowledge. And I listen to a lot of things that I want you to check out, and there's no affiliate link with these guys yet. Keyword yet. But I constantly listen to the Orvis Fly Fishing Podcast. Now, if you have a smartphone, you can listen to the podcast on that, or you can do it here on the computer by going to the Orvis website. And go to their website and listen to their podcast. And there's so much information, and it's how I learn and can share information with you and other resources. Like on my Facebook pages, people give me information on that. And I'm learning, my knowledge is going up with fly fishing as I bring you guys' knowledge up for fly fishing. So thanks again for that information on steelhead. And hopefully I can get in touch with a lot of you fans of our YouTube channel and learn a lot more about steelhead. So when I go next year, I'll be set. So thank you. Yes, Brian, was it you that lives in Canada? Brian says, thank you again for sending the post fly box. Oh, I wanted to talk about this. You guys that are watching the video, I think somebody could tell me if I think you can. you can see on the one side of while you're watching this video comments where you can make comments. Okay, that is you have to go through a lot more stuff to send something from Canada, Brian, than you do the United States. Like, I had to fill all this paperwork. I'm like, man, I don't know about sending to Canada again. But yeah, you have to fill all the paperwork out and stuff. It's crazy. But anyway, dang it. I forgot what I was going to say anyway. Okay. Anyway, we'll go to something different. I covered fishing with you guys, learning new waters. Oh, I wanted to cover our upcoming tying videos. We are going to cover, I think I'm going to come out with a shirt. If we do it once, if we change it every week, which I think is what we're going to do. We're going to change the fly we cover every week, and every week when the flies come out, we're going to come out with a shirt, which will be cool with the patterns on the back. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start, let's say we start with the caddis. We're going to show you a nymph pattern, an adult pattern, a spinner pattern if there is one, and all the stages, and we're going to tie all the stages of that fly. Then we'll go on to maybe, let's say we do the March Brown nymph, the March Brown emerger, the March Brown adult, the March Brown spinner. And we'll come out with a shirt. Represents that and tells you how to tie it on the back. I think this would be a really cool way. You can remember the patterns. It'll be on your shirt. So I kind of think that's neat. More prizes. Brian says more prizes. I'm not quite sure what you meant, Brian. More prizes. Are you going to send me more prizes? That'd be cool. You can send me more prizes and I'll do more giveaways. We've had a very bad summer, a very broke summer, so we're getting over that. We're back to work. I think we'll be working most of the winter. Hopefully not. I like to make you guys time videos in the winter. Anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about. Dave says, what about making, oh, I know what I was talking about. Hold on, I'm going to go back to cover this, but then I'll get to your beetle question. Anyway, when we reach 1,000, which I talked about earlier, now I think there's more people here now. Make sure you tell your friends and everybody you know, share our site as much as you can. We're doing it. One reason is we're doing a giant giveaway. We're doing a giant giveaway. At 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away T-shirts, and stuff like that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna throw in. You'll have to wait till and hopefully you win it, and then you'll be like, "Oh, look what he sent me!" You know, I'm not sure yet what all we're gonna throw in there. Me and Tracy are trying to come up with like a thing there. We're trying to come up with the kind of ideas, these subscription boxes, and throwing a bunch of stuff in there like that, like a subscription box would be. I don't know, maybe in the future we'll do our own subscription box. That would be pretty cool. But anyway, once we reach 1,000, you see this, well, you guys, I think in your videos over here on the side of this video, there's comments being come up, okay? Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, when people watch this, if you're not here live, right, you can't see that. When you watch it in a replay, that subscription thing comes up. Right? And once you get to 1,000, that'll be in the replay. Not to mention the really cool thing is you'll be able to donate like $1 to our channel, which will keep your comment at the top, which makes sure I see it once we are live. If you get a lot of live streamers, I can't always watch it. And when I'm looking at my paper or something, I might miss it. You know, that would be an option there. But my favorite thing is that you'll be able to see the comments in the replay of the video. As I'm talking to the person, you'll be able to see what I'm talking to them about because you'll see what they said. That I can't wait to get. Is that I love that. It's really neat when I watch videos of people doing live streams, and trust me, I watch hours and hours of videos of how to make my videos better for you. I mean, hours and hours and hours. That's what I did all day today, all morning, is I posted my latest video on my Facebook and groups, and then I went and watched videos on lenses, on the camera I'm looking forward to buying, and how to buy lenses, and then I'll watch videos on how to get more views and how to make your videos better, and the power of B-roll and editing, and you know, there's a lot to do when you make videos. You're going to take it to an editor and edit it, and I got to try and figure out, there's a lot of people that want to be guest tires on here, and I got to figure out how they send their raw footage so I can put it in editing, and I'm trying to figure that out, and that's not going too well. I always thought you just emailed it, but anything over 25 megabytes or something can't be sent to an email. So yeah, I keep busy. I say I work 7 days a week, 5 days at my normal job, and then 2 days at YouTube. Dragonfly pattern I'd never covered, but see, there again, like this year I want to cover flies I haven't covered before. Along with doing all the, once I get all these mayfly patterns done, I'm gonna run out of, I won't be able to do mayflies again, so I'm gonna have to start doing dragonflies. I think I came up with this really neat idea for what I call earplug popper. Right, wait till you hear this one. Wait till you see this video. You're gonna love this. And we're gonna take it out and see if it works on the bass. And like I said, we want to get. We're gonna start doing kayak videos where we're out in kayaks fishing the river, because we have a nice river here with big populations of muskies and bass. We want to do more of them, so we're gonna have to do more pike tying videos, fly tying videos, bass. All kinds of new tying videos. So yes, we're gonna have to do a dragonfly, because I think a dragonfly pattern would work pretty good on our rivers. Same way with mice patterns, frog patterns, all of them would work great as it's getting dark, as the rats, the mice, or whatever, start swimming across the creek. Some of these big muskies and stuff in our river will eat ducks. So yeah. Frog poppers. See, that's what the earplugs would be. They're saying that the earplugs that you use at work float and look like a popper body. So we're going to try this, and don't look for that video when we do the earplug bass popper. Yeah, see, I didn't get to check the earplugs out to see if they float. I'm pretty sure, though, the foam ones float. You know, the ones you can squeeze and bend, and I think they'll float. And I'm trying to figure out how I want to put it on the hook. Do I want to go through the hook and take it up to the eyelet, or do I want to heat the hook up and put it through the foam? I'm working on that yet. So once I get it to where I think it looks good and it'll work really well, then I'll do the video on it. I got a lot of experiment to do with it before I can bring it to you guys. I don't want to bring you a video and you guys, that fly sucked, I tried it. That's what you use, Dave, for popper bodies? Is earplugs? That'd be pretty cool if you did. What would be my favorite smallmouth pattern for this time of year? See, now you're gonna think that I'm just doing this because I don't know, I take I don't know, responsibility or whatever for, I think, making the fly. But another thing, announcement is our book's coming out, and we're soon going to be promoting that. And I hope I could get some of you subscribers to check out the book. It's going to be America's Favorite Flies. We have what my pattern in that book would be for smallmouth, and I call it the white SOB. Now, I want you to do is go back to our leech pattern, right? And do the same thing with the leech. Don't put the egg on it. Just do a leech pattern like that we did, and use white. Instead of using the black to do the leech, use white, and I call it the white SOB. You tie some of them up. We just had a comment on one of our old videos where a guy tied them up. They were having luck, no nymphs, nothing dries. They weren't catching anything. And he remembered that, and he had, I think, 2 of them, he said, and he pulled them out. And thank God he had 2 because his buddy was asking for them after about 3 or 4 fish. The white SOB, or I think it's called the deadliest streamer you must have in my videos, will blow your mind of how easy it is to tie, and it looks like absolutely caca until you tie it on and you fish with it. And then it will blow your mind of how good it works. You'll always have one. I don't go anywhere to the creek without one, because when I have fishless days, for some reason I've caught fish when I have fishless days on that white SOB more than any other fly I ever had. It's my go-to fly, my #1 go-to fly since I started tying it. So go there, do the leech pattern, use white, and that's what I would use for smallmouth today if I was going to the river or anywhere else. It just works that well. I've caught smallmouth, and I kill those smallmouth on that pattern. They just go nuts. And it's white, so it's visible from far away. And I've seen smallmouth come across the creek. And you can see some old videos where I'm catching smallmouth. I actually do one video where I catch, it's all about the smallmouth I catch, which is probably about 14 inches on the white SOB. And I've had smallmouth hit that when it hits the water. I didn't even start stripping it yet, and they've pounced it as soon as it hit the water. So you guys, check that fly out. If you're, when I want to, what smallmouth fly I would use, that's it. Yeah, the white SOB works, Dave says. They do. Okay. Yes. The earplugs. He cuts them halfway, put the hook in, and then super glue them back together, and then paint the head. Ah, I see. Where Ben asked where we located in PA, White Deer, PA. North Central, PA. Oh, and Dave says he made a bunch of them leeches with green, black, white, and with the egg. Okay, well, tie the white without the egg, and that's the white SOB. I don't know. Try make sure you tie at least a couple without the egg, and try both. I have not tried the white SOB with the egg on the front of it. I have not tied a white. When I tie leeches, I tie them all black. I haven't tried a green leech yet, but I'm going to definitely try, I think, an olive leech or an olive white SOB would be what I would call it. Because every time I look in, okay, this is what happened. I went to see egg sucking leech, and that pattern right there that I showed in my video was mine. Because every video I seen on YouTube or on the net or anywhere else said you should tie a woolly bugger with a freaking bead and use the bead as the egg. Well, then go ahead, you can do that if you want. But I think that the pattern I tied for a leech would look more like a leech because of its breathing and going real small when you pull it through the water than a woolly bugger would. The hackle on the woolly bugger doesn't seem to flex much or go small like the marabou does when you tie the marabou in instead of the hackle. So that's why I would not bring it. And nobody tied that pattern that way. Everybody uses the woolly bugger with a bead or an egg. Some people tied the egg in front like I did. I think only one person did that of all the 20 videos I've seen. And most of them just put a bright bead head or red bead head on the front, and that's what they use to represent the egg. Which kind of weird for me. Why would you tie an egg pattern but use a bead to represent the egg? Why wouldn't you just tie the egg pattern and the leech pattern? No. So that's what I did when I made my videos. So that was kind of my creation, which I like to do a lot, and I'm going to do a lot more on upcoming videos, is bring you my ideas. And then I'll show you when they work. So you could say, if somebody goes, well, that's not the way you're supposed to do that. Well, yeah, that maybe not be the way you're supposed to do that, but it's the way that worked. You know, I'm actually looking at the bug. I'm trying to figure out how to collect bugs. That's something I wanted to talk about. where I can actually, or I'm gonna buy, like I said, $1,000 camera will let us shoot bug pictures while they're on the water and while fish are eating. We'll be able to get better video quality, but we'll also get better bug pictures, where we'll be able to show you our pictures of the bugs we took, and then we can take that bug picture home and look at it and figure out how we're gonna tie it our way, not pattern way, our way, so that it looks most like the bug that's actually on the water. And and with that, I mean, you're still going to cover all them patterns this winter, but when we're also going to cover patterns that aren't typical. We'll just have to add them in when we see fit. You still get the patterns that they would tell you to use if you looked that up on a pattern book, which I'm not big on pattern books, so. But anyway. All right, so yeah, but yeah, Dave said he signed them. He tied them both ways, without the eggs and with the eggs. But you're not the one that asked me about my smallmouth fly. Wait, hold on. I'm just going through the comments to see who asked me about the smallmouth. Austin asked about the smallmouth fly. And I hope he got my response, because that's what my response would be. There's other ones you could do. White woolly buggers and olive and black woolly buggers seem to work real well. And mother minnows work well. And there's a sculpin pattern I'm going to cover this year that does really well. And there's a lot of things you can use you can tie mud caddies, which are little black catfish, which we might do one of them too. Gordon Miller said, hello, Don, and he enjoys our channel. Welcome to our live stream, Gordon. Is there any questions you want me to cover about fly fishing? Or I'm almost covered every of my topics. I'm going to see another one I would cover. Me and Carl Dennis, which probably will be on our staff soon, loves to make tying videos. He's going to do guest tying for now, but probably be on the staff one of these days. When we cover nets, rubber versus cloth. Now, there isn't even a comparison for me, because I won't use cloth nets. So my opinions on cloth versus rubber nets is no cloth nets. Spend the extra little bit of money and get yourself a rubber net, or plastic, I guess you could call it, plastic net, the wooden handle. One is the fish's fins won't get caught in the net, and two, if you start doing dropper rigs where you have two flies on your line at one time, that one that's not in the fish's mouth will always get caught in that net. And since I've been using the rubber net, which I switched this year, is before I used, because they were cheap. Like my channel, once we start showing you the rods we use and stuff, you all will discover that I like to keep things cheap. I like to be the cheap fly fish. I want to show you how to get into fly fishing, catch a ton of the fish with your buddy next to you not catching any, and keeping it cheap. We will start doing rod reviews, but we're gonna try and keep the theme around why buy expensive stuff when you're first getting into it. My custom rod was 300 some plus dollars. It should have been 900, but it was my cousin who made it, so I got it for 300 and some. That's the most I've ever spent on a rod, and that's custom made. So I don't like to spend too much money on rods, because I don't think that's going to help you catch more fish. Or it might make you a little bit better caster, but not enough that it's going to help you catch more fish. So I don't see the point of going out and going nuts. So I will bring you my views on what rods I use. And the one I have right now has been going up in price because I got the company when they first started, and they went from 110. I think now they're 250. But I love that rod, and maybe we can start working with sponsors. Maybe we could find a fly rod company that's just getting started and work with them so we can bring you cheaper rods, high quality rods for cheaper. There's a lot I want to do this year in the channel. We're always going to be making improvements to our videos and our channel. Brian asked me, are you going to make any more post-fly tying videos? All right. Let me tell you one reason why I am not going to do post-fly tying videos or reviews of the post-fly box, because I was buying them. I was buying two. I was doing one for a giveaway and one, so it was like $50 a month. And they didn't want to work with me all. They didn't want to give me any kind of discount codes for you. They didn't want to give me any break. They didn't want to help at all. So I'm not advertising for a company that doesn't want to work with me. I'm looking into new subscription boxes. I want to find companies that want to work with me, that want to give you a break for watching my videos, you know? I mean, what kind of crap is they don't want to work with me at all? So I'm not doing their reviewing their boxes and getting you guys to go and buy post-fly boxes when they don't want to work with me or work with you guys at all, you know? I'm not into that, you know? If I promote you, you know, I'm going to want something in return. I don't want to just keep buying your stuff and promoting you and getting people to buy your stuff if you don't want to work with me on at least discount codes for you guys or something. Holy cow. We are, I'm also a deer hunter, so there'll be soon buck season in PA. And so this year we want to shoot a deer. We want to try and cover how you take your deer hide and tan it so you could save it, or your birds, your ringnecks, or any of that, so you could save it for tying later. So if you're, most of the people that tie flies, or most of them hunt, not all of them. I know there's probably some that don't, but at least then have a buddy that hunts where they can take a piece of the guys, because most of the people throw the hides away, or you know, they don't keep it. You could take a piece of that hide and you would have deer hide to spin, deer hair for comparisons and all that. And I will show you where I collect the hides for different flies. I've been working with people, tires have been hunting for years and years to do this, and they'll tell them, and we're going to share with you where you get the hair to tie a comparadun versus the hair on a deer to spin a mouse pattern. So we're going to tell you how to tan it, where we got the hide from. So we're going to cover that this year, which will be really cool, and I'm really excited to bring you that. And another thing, last video that I made where we were on Pine Creek, Tracy didn't have much luck. Now we were fishing a caddis pattern, and when she would miss, she kept missing the fish. And the reason she was missing the fish mostly is because when she was hooking up with the fish is when she went to recast, and she started recasting. She was skating the fly across the top of the water, and that's when she was hooking up with the fish. I caught a couple of the fish I caught that day by skating the fly. If I would fish like 3 or 4 times, throw it by dead drift. If that didn't work, then I go by and skate it just a little bit, maybe twitch it a little bit more each time, then tie a dead drift again. With a caddis especially, more emergers and caddis, and do a lot of skating on top of the water. Sometimes if you do that little skate across the top of the water, you could get a fish that's not taking the flies off the flies, either thinking they're emergers or they are skating, because a lot of cats skate. And she tried it, but I think her reaction time is really fast. And I'm trying to get her to count. So that's one thing. If you see you're missing a lot of fish, maybe count when the trout hits your dry fly, maybe 1, 2, set hook. Just give it that little pause. Because what happens is, as the fish is coming up, the water's pushing the fly, and until they get in their mouth, you can't set the hook. And that doesn't happen instantly. And I think she's pulling the fly out of the fish's mouth. Me, I'm getting older, and I have such a slow response time that I don't have to do the count. So, and if you happen to miss a rising fish, let's say you go to set the hook and you know the fish has felt the hook, and it is, I think that is my Tracy now talking to me. Hold on 1 second. Okay, now back to you guys. I had to answer to Tracy. She works this weekend. She only works every other weekend. That's why you don't only see like every 2 weeks. And we're doing this live stream when she's working, because she wants to fish when she's off. So that's why it's not every week, and it's every other weekend. And we'll be getting back to doing them every other weekend. We're gonna do a live stream for now until I can, forever. We'll keep doing these live streams for you. So if your fly is going down and you let's say you almost set the hook, but the fly pops out at the fish at the last second or something. Especially if you see that it's a big fish because the water's clear, just kind of sit there, do what I do, light a cigarette. If you don't, just kind of check out the other fish that you're going to go to next. Check out the action on the water. Say hi to your girlfriend or your buddy and say, hey, how's it going? How are you making out? And just wait for a little bit. That fish might come back up to rising again for more bugs. Then you get your second shot at it. Most of the time, not always, they will come back up. Sometimes you've hook shied the fish, that's it. They're done for the night. They ain't gonna hit anything that's on top of the water. You just scared the crap out of them. Sometimes they will come back. And I was getting that. Tracy was doing that, and they were rising 2 or 3 times. She missed them, then they go spooked, and then they went. Nothing to do with them flies anymore. But so try that if you ever miss a fish. Dave says, for real, I guess I gotta wait. You know what? Dave, I'm not gonna announce them. I have to check out the company myself before I tell subs about what the reels. If you're live now, you guys can see it, but before I put on the replay, I'd like to check out the company a little bit. But so I will check them out, definitely. Supposed to be a great deal from Japan. No, I don't, Dave, know an outlet that sells deer hides for cheap. No. Usually when it's all tanned and soft like a blanket, soft, they don't go cheap. Now, when we tan them, we're just going to tan them for hide. Like I got a hare's mask, and some of you guys probably have hare's mask and you're tying stuff. It's not flexible like a sheet. It's stiff. We're just getting it tanned to use for tying, not for like a rug. That would kind of be, I think, a different tanning process. And when you go to that tanning process, I don't think you'll be able to find a hide cheap. And it wouldn't be for all the hide on the whole deer. It would just be tail and probably not neck hide. And I know that one of the hides for the Capera done, you wouldn't have on there. Because it's really interesting when I show you that, where they say that the best deer hair comes from, will be very interesting for you guys to learn. It was very interesting for me to learn. So yeah, you guys make sure you check out our Patreon. We're going to soon be putting links I think that's where we're going to try doing links first, where you can buy the rods, the reels, a vise we use. We'll put some maybe hackle places in there, and see, it'll all be, that's where we're going to put affiliate links. And once we start getting affiliate links after 1,000 subscribers, we'll make sure that we put affiliate links. And what the cool thing about affiliate link is, if you're like, okay, I wonder what kind of vise he recommends, and you go buy that vise with an affiliate link, we get some money from it. So it helps us buy better cameras to keep the channel alive, and better videos coming out, and all kinds of cool stuff. And affiliate links lets me get in touch with affiliates where I can do more giveaways. So all in all, it all turns around and comes back to giving back to you guys by coming up with monies for affiliate links. And when you buy it from, the whole giant thing to giving back to you, our viewers. Like if someone would send me some crazy viewers, and I encourage you to do this, you could send me a check for $1,000. It would all go into buying a camera and upgrading our videos, or maybe buying a better video editor. Because I don't want to I got a job. I don't want to make my living off of YouTube. I like what I do for now. Maybe someday in the future, through enough affiliate marketing, I can make a living through YouTube. I know you guys would love it, because I'd be able to post every other day, all year long. Because it would be my full-time job. But there's a lot that's going to come with 1,000 subscribers. So help me out, share our videos, help me get the subscribers up. All comes back, like I said, giant leaps to help everybody on our channel, our YouTube channel. 1,000 subs, Patriot Leech, spawning fish. Why we do videos, nets, deer hair, rise and skip and come back. Oh, that's about it, I think. And any questions? Let me go through some of these comments. Make sure you guys didn't. No, deer hair. The real company. Post fly. Oh, here's one, Dave. Any bluegill patterns? Now, let me tell you, bluegill are not a selective fish. Anything bright. Like if I was taking my daughter, first fish she caught on fly rod was a bluegill, which we had a problem with her getting her fishing license this year, because she went to a job, and somehow between coming back with it from the job, lost her birth certificate, couldn't buy a fishing license. She had no ID. So now she's going to get her fishing license next year. So look forward to seeing her in videos. And wait till you see how this woman can cast. She could cast at 7, better than most adults I know. I took her out once, 2 years before she had to buy a fishing license, and she caught the biggest rainbow I think I've ever seen. I mean, it was monster. And what happened is I forgot the video camera. So she's like, figures, only fish I catch, Dad, in years. And since you started YouTube channel, you didn't have the camera. So we're going to make sure we get her on videos this year. She'll be showing you the big trout. Well, I have video. Because like we said, we're just going to start our outdoor recording business. Recording videos, fishing for you, and putting them on DVDs. You'll get back to that more in the future. We got we're working with a friend right now. His website's not up yet. I'm working with him. He's gonna do a charity events in his area. We're gonna work with him and show him, once he gets his website up, we're going to work with him this year. Got a lot of cool things coming up. So, like I said, tell your buddies about us. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, we just got to do this. So I loved it when we start going live. Let's do it by the next 2 weeks, let's have it up to 1,000 subscribers. So the next live stream I have, we'll have that fancy little live chat and the replays. It'll be really cool. And I think I'll have it while I'm recording, so I'll be able to watch it, and I'll be able to shoot this screen and big screen, so I'll be able to make sure the video quality is better, and it'll all be cool. So let's work on it. 2 weeks, 1,000 subscribers, and you'll be really surprised of all the stuff I put in it. So I think that's it for this live stream. Oh, wait. Up. He just said nice. Thank you for all your comments, your questions. This is my favorite live stream I did so far. I had a lot of questions. I got to talk about subjects that you guys wanted to talk about. I love it. Let's keep this. We're going to be here in 2 weeks at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. So if you don't live here, you live in California, check out what time that would be for you. And hopefully we have live chat where you'll be able to see it in the replay. Let's work on that. Tell all your friends about us. Let's get these people up. 1,000 subscribers 2 weeks from now. And don't miss our upcoming caddis video that I caught all them fish in. We're doing that tying video on that caddis. There's some little special things I did. Like I said, sometimes I bust away from patterns. And that's one. And you've seen what I did on my last video that was published. It slayed them. 3 big brownies. The one you noticed, only one fish I actually held up, which he had a lot of fight in him, and I only held him up for a brief second. When I put him back in the water, he swam. The one I didn't get no pictures of, and on video I kind of just held him underwater, and you seen him swimming away. He was really tired after the fight, so I was like, I'm not even gonna mess with him and keep him out of the water at all, and that's why I did that. In case you're wondering. And look for that video on how to tie that fly, because they work. You have a good day. And thank you for watching our live stream. And if you're watching this on replay, and everybody, don't forget to subscribe. Click the bell so you have notifications when we go live or when we make a video. You'll get a notification so you won't miss any of our videos. Keep your lines wet, out of the trees, and only give them fish a sore lip.